Alright, I've wasted enough time. Time to get some editing done. That's weird, I feel kinda... Holy hand, shoes, and horse grenades, where am I? What do you mean, dude? We were just watching the new Super Sith Bros you just posted. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. What's going on? Well, it's about time you figured it out. What's going on? How is this possible? Who are you? A conversation, I don't know, and yourself. Or rather, one of yourselves. Or did you think your videos just edited themselves? What? Editing, Logan, but you're just an inside joke. There's always a bit of truth in jokes, unless we're talking about the American two-party political system, in which case all bets are off. Okay, well, we're gonna have to come up with some sort of arrangement, because you can't just come out anytime you want, as devilishly handsome as you are. Well, we can work out the finer details of our arrangement later, but don't you have a Moon Knight video to get started on? Well, yeah, but this is not over. We are having this conversation, and that's worked out amazingly well for you in the past, hasn't it? All that communication. No, have you forgotten about the tie incident? Whatever. Too easy. I can't with that guy. Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Every Day I Wake Up, Every Day I Wake Up, holy crap I keep waking up. So when the finale of Moon Knight came out like 2 days before Doctor Strange 2, I was like, oh crap, what if I want to make a video on both? Then one will come out like way before the other, so like, screw it. We're gonna do a double feature. Starting off with Moon Knight. It's an all-around great show with a strong plot and interesting concepts, but where the show really shines is with its characters. Mon Calamari does a great job as Layla El-Fuli, who is one of the only examples of a well-written MCU love interest. Oscar Isaac kills it as Moon Knight, as Mark, Steven, and Spoiler. You can easily tell which personality he's portraying at all times, just by general demeanor, general facial expression, and especially the accents. He nails all of them. Yes, there's usually a sound effect whenever he switches personalities, but I honestly don't think that was required. I mean, yes, it enhances it, but his acting sells it without a sound effect, I think.
Alright, go ahead, you're in. Cheers, thanks a lot. Alright.
The acting alone in this show made me even angrier about the sequels. Poe could have been such a great character if written right. I mean, they absolutely wasted Oscar Isaac. Leafly now! This also feels extremely disconnected from the rest of the MCU, and let me tell you, I was so glad about that. I was afraid they'd have some ham-fisted scene where another superhero made a cameo, or they referenced Thanos, or Harrow is actually a disgraced former Stark employee who hates Mark because he's spitting his cereal or something. I was also afraid of the finale devolving into the MCU standard of like, was that a fly? Finale devolving into the whole, villain has the same powers as the hero, but like a different color of CGI, that trope that's plagued Marvel and superhero movies in general in the past. My wild prediction for the finale was that Harrow would get possessed by Amit and become Amit's avatar, which happened, but then he would get like a black suit and get like the same powers as Moon Knight, and then call himself the Sunday. Unfortunately, there is this really annoying scene that I'm gonna have to address. Layla El-Fuli, in her new super suit, fighting as the Hippo Lady Tawaret's avatar, is fighting off Harrow's thugs when this little Egyptian girl runs up and says, and I quote, "Are you an Egyptian superhero?" To which Layla responds, "I am." Like, it's nice to see yourself represented in media. I mean, heck, I'm not immune. It was nice to see an overweight, depressed Spider-Man in Spider-Verse. But that's the difference. If Spider-Man had said, I am the fat Spider-Man, and you should not make fun of me because progress, I mean, I would have felt extremely pandered to. It's just like a nice way of like seeing yourself on the screen without like calling that out. It's really ham-fisted. I know I would have felt personally insulted if something like that had happened, and I can't imagine how others don't. I mean, this scene existed purely for the Tumblr stands to go like, oh my gosh, representation, social justice, and I hated it. I watched it and I was like, immediately, I was like, this is going to happen, and lo and behold, I've seen several posts like that already. Nah, but what do I know? I'm just a white guy with a microphone. But in my opinion, that scene was pretty Layla El-Foolish. The show, by its very nature, is a mystery. You're not supposed to know, like, what's real and what's not, what's, like, the real world and what's a symptom of Mark's fractured mind. And I don't pretend to understand the whole multiple personalities thing. I mean, in my opinion, it's just like, that doesn't make any sense. They're all the same dude. Now there's one element of the show that really grinds my gears, and it's in a superhero show or movie or whatever, like, it's a pretty big deal. Who the heck am I supposed to root for? Moon Knight gets his powers from Khonshu, a disgraced Egyptian god who was banished due to his interference in human affairs. He doesn't want to just let humans die without trying to save them, so he doesn't really seem like that bad of a guy. His mission throughout the show is to stop Arthur Harrow from unleashing the alligator goddess Ammit, who wants to prematurely judge the souls of the world for actions that they may or may not commit in the future. Now, for the majority of the show, it's like, of course Khonshu's right. Like, you can't just judge people for stuff that they may or may not do in the future. And plus, Arthur Harrow might just be a complete hack who doesn't actually have the power to see the future or to judge using the scales of Ammit or whatever. And, like, you know, maybe he doesn't even believe in his cause, you know, maybe he's just killing people to kill people. Well, then the final episode aired, Ammit was unleashed, and we learned that she does in fact have the power to see into the future and, like, be able to tell that, yes, these people will commit these heinous acts like human trafficking, etc., you know, slavery. We even get this line about how Ammit and Khonshu want the same thing, but Ammit does not give evildoers the satisfaction of going through with their evil acts. So then the question boils down to, if the person is absolutely going to commit these heinous crimes, if the timeline is set, if there's no changing that future, then who's right? Is it Khonshu or Ammit? Like, can you kill someone who's going to kill hundreds in the future if you know for a fact that they will? Or is it just wrong and, like, you can't judge someone for something that they haven't done yet, even though they absolutely will? It all depends largely on your opinions on the philosophy of predestination. Now, I'm not going to get all preachy or religious on you, and I'm not going to tell you what to believe, but I personally do not agree with teachings on stuff like predestination. God having a grand plan, a script from beginning to end, does not override our free will here in the moment to make our own decisions and make our own choices. We all have a choice. You know what? No, I'm talking about this. We're going off script, alright? So, like, you have the choice to be whatever you want to be. It doesn't matter what you think your lot in life is or what niche you think you have to set yourself into. Everyone can improve their situation. Everyone can improve their circumstance. And if it's not something you can work on, it's something you can get more confident with. It's something you can get more adept at. It's like a skill you can learn, or like an issue with yourself you can fix, something like that. You can decide your own path in life. It is not determined by anyone else, anything else. You can improve your situation for the better, for yourself and for no one else, because that is the only way that you'll ever be happy, is if you are living your best life. You have every right and responsibility, honestly, to improve your life for yourself, not for anyone else. Oh yeah, Moon Knight! 8 out of 10. Needs more Sunday. And now would be the time of the video that I start talking about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but MCU fans get way too defensive about these movies. All they care about is like, oh, there's a cameo in this, like, I can't wait to see my favorite characters from other stuff played by the same actors. And they overlook glaring plot holes, glaring contradictions. It's just like, oh, I saw that guy from X-Men, I saw that guy from Fantastic Four, and so I refuse to talk about it. I'm not gonna talk. You can't make me! You can't make me! That's not me. Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Mommy? I'm sorry. Mommy? Pediatrician Peculiar and the Multiverse of Madness. I like it. Yeah, I'm sorry, this movie makes no freaking sense. First of all, Endgame, Loki, and What If all set up that one change to the timeline results in multiple different branching timelines splitting off for every choice that's made. Each one of those choices creates its own universe. So do you mind telling me how America Chavez, being the one being in the... can be the one being in the entire multiverse who just doesn't have a single multiversal counterpart. Because if we're going by the rules established by these movies, then if she makes a single choice, the choice of whether to put milk in her cereal, created an alternate America Chavez who put no milk in her cereal like a freaking sociopath. So I don't want to hear that she's like, oh, I don't dream because I'm the only version of me in the universe. I'm so unique. No, you're not unique, America. Canada's right there. This is how you know I'm angry about this stupid movie, because I'm going off script. None of that was in the script. Yeah, no, sorry. This entire movie, the entire multiverse rules as a whole, reek of not planning your multiverse rules ahead. Like, it feels like these writers did not talk to each other about how they wanted this multiverse to work, and it really shows. Number 2. Wanda is apparently trying to steal America's power, guess this takes place before 2021, and she plans to harness it to travel to any universe she wants at will. This is all to be with her children again, which, as I might remind you, never existed in the first place. She literally made them up. Oh, but all mothers make their kids. Yeah, Wanda, they didn't create a slavery dome where you control the lives, where you puppeteer the lives of everyone around you just so you can have kids and a husband even though he's dead. Which, by the way, she's not mourning Vision in this. Everything about WandaVision suggests that she is extremely sad about his death, and she's like, it stands to reason that we'll say hello again. Why wasn't White Vision in this? He's out there. He exists. At the end of WandaVision, it was implied that he would run off and then go find her, because now he has the memories of Vision again, so he is Vision again. Ship of Theseus, whatever. So where was he, and why did he only have one passing mention? And not only was it one passing mention, it was one passing mention that had nothing to do with her missing Vision. It had everything to do with her giving Doctor Strange a hard time for breaking the rules and being a hero. Basically, she is saying, Doctor Strange, you shouldn't have given Thanos the the Time Stone, because that's the thing that he used to undo it, or sorry, I guess, mirror, undo it, and bring him back so I could watch my husband die again. That's why she's angry with him. Not sad, mind you, and she also doesn't try to find a universe with him in it. Not in a single one of those little red dot things where she can see like different futures, or not futures, different universes with him. All she cared about were her kids. Makes no sense. Not a single bit of sense. This is inconsistent with WandaVision, which was already a freaking drug trip to get through. Like, whatever. And as you probably guessed, none of that was scripted either, so let's get back on track, shall we? Her kids are unable to exist outside of her reality warping hex. Which brings me to the next point, that every Wanda in this movie, every quote-unquote innocent woman that Wanda is puppeteering throughout the movie, using the soul walking or the dream walk, whatever. Whenever she like has like the Satan circle and she's doing the thing, and she like goes into a different version of herself, every single one of those Wandas is more evil than our Wanda. Earth 616 Wanda, the one that we've been seeing in this movie, every one of those is more evil than this one. And let me explain why. WandaVision clearly established that her kids are fake. They don't exist. She made them up herself with her powers, but she cannot create sentient life outside of the Hex. Alright? WandaVision established that pretty clearly, okay? So, would you mind telling me why we're supposed to think that she, like every other version of Wanda, is innocent in this movie when she has her kids that aren't real, her kids that never were real? Okay, are you following me here? Good. So, it doesn't make any sense that we're supposed to be like, Wanda, let that innocent woman go! No! They are still all slave owners! They own human people! She has every single Wanda that's not this Wanda. This Wanda gave up her hex. This Wanda went through the stages of grief and let them go. Let them go, and you know, they were never real, so she's coping with her grief, okay? And in doing so, she let all the people of Westview go. Alright. And they're no longer under her control anymore. So every other Wanda never let all those people go. Never let her kids go. She's still living out her idealized suburban soccer mom freaking fantasy, and every citizen of Westview is suffering for it. In every universe that she looked at in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness 2022, they're all more evil than our Wanda. Every one of them. And it's such inconsistent writing to say otherwise. And another thing, You know, I'm starting to realize that every criticism I have about this movie, every major criticism that is just about Wanda. I mean, that's probably saying something. Anyway, Wanda tells Strange that she was being she was being reasonable by sending all these, like, weird mummy Cthulhu monsters after America instead of, like, tracking her down and killing her herself, okay? She says that in the movie. The problem is, the whole reason she wants to get America and kill her to take her powers is because she can't travel to other universes. She can't open portals to other worlds at will, okay? That's why she needs her power. That's the whole crux of her villain motivation, is to get this power, okay? So then why does she threaten going after America through, like, portals or whatever when she can't? She cannot do that. She does not have that power. I was being No! She is unable to follow up on this threat. You think you can do these things, but you just can't, Nemo! And don't get me started on her logic for needing this power consistently and, like, permanently. She says that she wants to be able to go to different universes if her kids get sick, and there's no cure on that Earth. Well, here's the problem with that. You're magic! You're the Scarlet Witch! There's literally no reason to assume that you can't cure them yourself. I'm sure the Darkhold has some sort of, like, cure all diseases cheat code. I mean, I feel like the real line that was cut from this movie was something along the lines of, if my kids die, I'll want to be able to go get new ones from other universes. But that would have removed all sympathy from our horror movie villain. And we were already running extremely low on that as it was. One last thing, and this really isn't a criticism, because, like, whatever, what are you gonna do? But, did anyone really think that Reed Richards dropping down in front of Wanda was going to accomplish anything at all? He's just like, you shall not pass! It's like, what are you gonna do? Stretch in her direction and, like, immediately get turned into ribbons? Will he A, stretch her to death, B, use your rational mind to realize that you are no match for her, or 3, freaking get turned into ribbons and leave your children fatherless? Spoiler alert. I don't even care anymore. 6 out of 10. Needs more Wongda. I guess I have my own issues to go take care of. Got a lot to figure out. As always, I'd love to know your opinions on this stuff. Do you like my takes? Do you hate my takes? Do you want to give me a big old hug? Or do you wish I were burning alive? Every one of those is a valid option. As always, please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you when I see you.
Every day I wake up, every day I wake up, holy crap, I keep waking up. Why do I still wake up? Can I please not wake up? Why can't I just stop waking up? Every day I wake up, then I start to break up, knowing that it's cloudy above.